Isaac Asimov's The Gods Themselves is often considered one of his finest works, and for good reason. In this Sunday review, we'll explore what makes this novel stand out in the vast landscape of science fiction and why it's worth your time, even decades after its original release. Now, Asimov's name is almost synonymous with science fiction. Whether it's Foundation or I, Robot, his influence is massive. But The Gods Themselves is a bit different from his other works. It's a standalone novel that takes a bold step away from his more famous sagas and digs into some really intriguing questions about science, ethics, and alien life. This one won both the Hugo and Nebula Awards, which is no small feat, especially for a book that tackles such complex ideas. The novel is divided into 3 distinct parts. The first part, titled Against Stupidity, kicks off on Earth, where a scientific discovery has been made, one that provides limitless energy by trading matter with a parallel universe. This seems like the answer to all of humanity's energy problems, but it doesn't take long for us to see that not everyone is convinced it's a good idea. Here, we meet Dr. Hallam, the discoverer of this energy transfer, and Peter Lamont, a scientist who begins to question the safety and morality of this new technology. There's a lot of intellectual tension in this part of the story, as it dives into the politics of scientific discovery and the dangers of ignoring inconvenient truths. The second part, The Gods Themselves, is where things really get interesting. Asimov shifts the focus to the parallel universe itself, introducing us to an alien race known as the Soft Ones. This is Asimov at his most creative, crafting a society that operates by entirely different physical laws and, more importantly, with a completely different social structure. These aliens have a tri-gender system, which is not something you see often in science fiction, and it plays a major role in how their society functions. This section really stands out because it's so different from the usual human-centric narratives we often get. The Soft Ones aren't just humans with different skin, they're completely alien in thought, biology, and emotion, and it's fascinating to see Asimov explore that. In the third part, Contend in Vain, we're back to humanity, but this time on the moon. The conflict between the two universes reaches its peak, and Asimov carefully ties together the threads from both the human and alien perspectives. The fate of both universes hangs in the balance, and it's here that the ethical dilemmas introduced in the first part really come into focus. The themes of the gods themselves are where the novel truly shines. One of the most prominent is the ethical implications of scientific advancement. Asimov doesn't shy away from exploring how easily people can ignore dangerous consequences when the potential benefits seem too good to pass up. It's easy to see parallels to modern debates about technology, whether it's AI, nuclear energy, or environmental issues. The novel feels like a cautionary tale about how human stubbornness and intellectual arrogance can lead to catastrophe if we aren't careful. The alien society in the second part of the novel is another standout. Asimov rarely delved into alien cultures with the depth we see here, and it's fascinating to watch him break away from his usual robotic and human-centric stories to explore what truly alien life might be like. The tri-gendered Soft Ones and their emotional and intellectual relationships are beautifully realized, and it adds a layer of depth to the novel that sets it apart from many other works in the genre. Character-wise, The Gods Themselves has an interesting mix. Dr. Hallam, for instance, is the epitome of the arrogant scientist. He's blinded by his own success and unwilling to listen to dissenting opinions. Peter Lamont, on the other hand, is the classic Asimovian hero. He's rational, thoughtful, and unafraid to go against the grain, even at great personal cost. And then there's Dua, one of the Soft Ones, who serves as an emotional counterbalance to the more rational characters. Dua's journey in the second part of the book is one of the most compelling character arcs in the novel. As for the science itself, Asimov is known for his hard science fiction, and The Gods Themselves doesn't disappoint on that front. The idea of parallel universes and the exchange of matter between them is rooted in real scientific theories, though Asimov takes liberties for the sake of the story. What's particularly striking is how he blends this scientific speculation with the very human questions of ethics and responsibility. He's not just throwing around scientific jargon for the sake of it, he's using it to fuel the novel's larger philosophical questions. While the novel has plenty of strengths, it's not without its faults. Asimov's prose can be a bit dry at times, particularly in the more dialogue-heavy sections, and the pacing can feel slow, especially in the first part. Some readers might find the emotional depth lacking compared to other science fiction authors who focus more on character development. But these are minor complaints in the grand scheme of things. The ideas Asimov presents and the imaginative scope of the novel more than make up for any stylistic shortcomings. When compared to his other works, The Gods themselves feels more introspective, more personal in a way. Where Foundation is grand and sweeping, dealing with the rise and fall of civilizations, The Gods themselves is focused on individuals, on the choices they make and the consequences of those choices. It's a different kind of story, but one that shows Asimov's versatility as a writer. So, is The Gods themselves worth reading? Absolutely. For fans of hard science fiction, this is one of Asimov's most thoughtful and ambitious novels. It tackles some big questions and does so with a level of creativity and scientific rigor that few other authors can match. If you're new to Asimov, this might not be the easiest entry point. It's a bit more abstract and philosophical than some of his other works, but if you've already dipped your toes into his universe, this is a must-read. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more science fiction reviews. We'll be back next Sunday with another deep look at a sci-fi classic. See you next time.